What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today we are going to show you a little bit of YouTube magic here from behind the scenes. YouTube is changing things up a little bit, and they've been doing it for a little while now, but they've got some really cool features that you should really be implementing, especially if you want to get your YouTube channel seen, and that's the important thing right here. So what I'm talking about are 3 different items that they've added in the last year. First one is hashtags. Second one is user channels, and then finally chapter markers. And all 3 of these are going to help you get more views. Simple as that. How do they do that? We're going to talk about that right now. First of all, hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine. Think magazine, put in a geek, you got me. Got the subscribe channel everywhere, so go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification so you know when the next video comes up. It's been a small while since I've done these videos, so let's get right into it and show you what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to start by, this is a video that I did about 6 months ago, setting up an RTSP on a Wise camera to use in a Wirecast for a live stream. It's a great way for you to use a webcam to do things like this, like what I'm doing right now. And it's had some pretty good views, but I can get some more views out of it. And by implementing these 3 ideas, it will help me immensely to do that. How do you do that? Let's get into that right now. YouTube is making a very big effort to make sure that the videos that you watch don't take you to other places that you do not end up returning back to YouTube. Staying in the infrastructure is good for any website, it's good for any service, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, anything like that. So keeping in the infrastructure is their ultimate goal. Whether you're watching your video or they're watching another video, they're staying in that realm. And that is what YouTube is doing to make that happen. How are they making it happen? Well, they're making it happen by, first of all, finding a way to bring you into the content, and then finding a way for people that end up not wanting to watch your content or finishing your content to find something else. That's things like auto on or playlist suggestions or playlists themselves, things like that that give people another choice, another place to go to when they're ready to go to. And that's also annotations, the end screen cards, what to watch next, where to go, spending your time down the YouTube rabbit hole. And this is how they're doing it with these 3 things. Let's show you how it works. I have this video that I made about 6 months ago. It's on how you can take a regular webcam, in this case it's the Wise webcams, and actually use a protocol called RTSP to project it onto your computer, use it in a streaming software like I'm using right now, Wirecast, and use it for a camera, which is it's been a great video. It's having a great run. You can still watch it, of course, and we'll have the link in the show notes so you can watch it if you're interested. What it does not have, and this is before I really started playing with this whole idea, is it does not have any of the things that I was just talking about. It has hashtags, but it doesn't have link backs, and it doesn't have the channel markers. Now, we'll first start with the hashtags because they're very straightforward. First thing to note, hashtags are not tags. So you want to tag your video and you want to hashtag your video, but the 2 should not be the same. You shouldn't say, generic one, you'll say hashtag generic. Let's say you're talking about generic stuff, so hashtag generic, and you don't want to have hashtag generic you want to have generic in your tag and hashtag generic in your hashtags, because they don't work the same way. And if you're watching some of these videos, in fact, we'll go to the video, you'll notice that down here you'll have the 3 hashtags that I use. If there's no location in your description, then it will have these hashtags. Now, if you select one of these hashtags, in this case, Wise, as you can see, there is a whole ton of options to watch different Wise videos from different YouTube creators. So being in with that, as you can see, setting up RTSP on Wise to use in Wirecast Livestream is about 4 down from there. in my searches. Your searches will be slightly different. I might be 7, I might be 10, I might not be on it. Hey, that's how it works. It depends on your browser, your search history, and what you look for. So you'll see it in there, but people will have a better chance of seeing it if they go straight into the hashtags. So with the hashtags, you're definitely keeping people in the infrastructure by finding the similar videos. As you can see, that the first part is the hashtags, well-crafted hashtags, and a hashtag that's like hashtag this is my hashtag, you should really click on it, means absolutely nothing. So don't do those hashtags. Keep them as simple as possible. Let's see the 3 hashtags I have here and see if I need to make those changes. So the 3 hashtags I have here are WISE, RTSP, and Wirecast. Those are the 3 things that I really want people to look for, that are looking for to see in that content. So if we have the Wirecast, go back and let's take a look at the Wirecast part of things. There we go. And as you can see, you get a whole bunch of Wirecast stuff. Now, if you start getting past 10 hashtags in your description, YouTube will start noticing and possibly downgrade your video. That's my understanding. I think it's once you get to 15, then they're really not happy about it. But you want to keep your hashtag. You could do more than 3. In fact, I do about 6 or 7, and it also depends on how much of a description you have. So if all your description is showing is hashtags, that's probably not going to be a great way to find things. The description's also going to help you rank into where that's going to show in the hashtag. And then if we keep going down, I bet you, yeah, there's another one from me creating IGTV TikTok videos by changing aspect ratio and Wirecast. So you get the idea, is that it's bringing them to other videos, and those other videos can definitely be yours to get people interested in what's going on. So the hashtags are very important. They need to be short and sweet, and they need to be as few as possible. Don't go, I'd say 7 is a nice number. Going over 7, not a good idea. Also, placing your hashtags. And I did this at the beginning. I thought that putting the hashtags on top in the description would be the best thing. But what I've been finding more is you want to have the first 200 characters to be something that's more of a description. So I have to add more description into this this whole document right here. I definitely want to have the links so you know where to get WISE and to get Wirecast. But I'm going to actually move those hashtags down to here. They say put the hashtags on the bottom, but I kind of like them halfway through. And if somebody has a good reason why they really absolutely need to be on the bottom, then I'm all ears, and we will make that change. But for me, I like taking them out of the range. So if you click see more, you'll start seeing those links about mid-range, so you can actually click on the links. And of course, once again, if you don't have a location on the top of the in your videos, I don't have a location on mine because it doesn't make sense in these videos. When I go to things like CES or something like that, yeah, I definitely add the location so you know it's coming from Las Vegas. But then that's a good place where then those hashtags become important. So that's the idea of hashtags. Once you're in the infrastructure, how do we keep you in the infrastructure? The other way, the second way that we're going to talk about now, is creating link backs to the companies and products that you're talking to. And it's simply just like with Twitter, just like with Facebook, and all these other social networks, it's that @ symbol, the little circular A. Now, it's not perfect, and it needs to be activated, which means that if you already have it in there, they're just not going to automatically switch it over. So if you had an @Geekazine, it won't automatically switch over. You actually have to go into the details, into the description, and switch it over. Do I see that changing in the future? Yes, I do. But for right now, you have to tell it, this is what I want it to go to. And the reason why is because, like I said, Twitter and Facebook also use this structure to link to another area. A lot of people, when they put in their descriptions, they said, hey, go follow Geekazine @Geekazine. Now, if your YouTube channel is not the same as your Twitter channel, then there can be confusion, because then you click on @Geekazine inside YouTube, and that takes you to a completely different channel. You go, what the heck's going on? In my case, no. If you click on Geekazine, you go to Geekazine. Newer channels that have names that might be conflicting with other channels that were created years ago, that could be the problem right there. And I've run into that a few times where they were basically dead YouTube channels. We would actually email the person that owned it, and they said, yeah, we'll give it up, and then we were able to latch on to that and create our full brand off of that. Let me show you how that works. So we have two things here that I can actually link to, and that's Wirecast and Wise. So as you can see up here, we have Wise, and let me do this. Let me zoom in on this a little bit for you. So now we have we want to change Wirecast, and we want to change Wise. We'll start with Wise. We'll delete this out. We'll put a space in here, and we'll do the @ symbol. Now that should activate things. And now we'll start typing in Wise. We'll do WIZE, and as you can see, there's a lot of channels that are like that, but this is Wise's channel right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that, and it brings it up. No problem. There we are. We've got Wise right in here. Now here's a small problem with this whole thing. Wise actually has a custom URL. Of course, that would be youtube.com/channel/Wise. If they did not get the custom channel and they have the old, it's basically a long string of characters, URVT237 or something like that, you can't use that. And it's kind of sad, because I would love to just use that and then all of a sudden have it figure out a way to convert it to the channel title. And maybe down the road they will do that, but for now, that's not the case. So and we all have that on our channels. Geekazine, the custom URL is Geekazine, so youtube.com/Geekazine. But you can also go youtube.com/URT3, whatever my long form name is. Link is, but you cannot link using that. You can link using Geekazine, and hopefully down the road YouTube will switch that, so if it sees that long form name, it will automatically convert it, because I would use the long form name if it means automatic conversion. So hopefully that'll happen. But anyway, we're back here. We now have Wise. There's another one, Wirecast, and I'm not sure if it's Wirecast or Telestream. So Telestream's the parent company. So we're going to start with the Wirecast and see what happens. And we have Wirecast for YouTube, which is not a actual Telestream company. So we'll go Telestream. And there it is right there. It's Telestream. So we'll use that, and then we'll go Wirecast. And then of course there's an extra space there. One thing, as you can see, one thing that happens is it will actually select words and lines. So if you're deleting something, be very careful that it doesn't delete what you just created. And even more, because I've had whole lines and sections deleted, and luckily I've caught it where I just hit the undo button and it brings it all back, and then I noticed that it all got highlighted for some reason. It's kind of ghosting that right now, so just keep an eye while you're typing in descriptions that you're not completely removing entire sections. Let's see, so I lost something off of that, so let's undo all of this. There we go. You see how it highlighted that whole thing? So now I've completely done that, and of course I want to get rid of that space. And if I do that again, you notice how that disappears. It's a small little bug, so you just want to use the backspace instead of the delete in that case to get out that extra space. So now we have two here. We have Telestream and we have Wise. If we save the video and then we go back to my video here, so now what we have are hashtags up on top, the title, and then in here, not update, let me refresh the page, Telestream as a link and Wise as a link. And if we select that Wise link, that's going to take us to the Wise page. So there's Telestream and there's Wise. And with that actually helps in your ranking, because if there's Telestream videos now, even if you don't have the Telestream hashtag in there, you have that link in there, which now brings a new part of the algorithm into search so people can find you. So you have those two. So let's get into the third part, chapter markers. And this is probably the most important. It's going to take, you need to do a little bit of work to do this. But the coolest thing is what you can do with these chapter markers. It changes the search game on your videos. I'm working on creating separate videos in which I'm going to be putting them into Premiere Pro. So I knew there was a way that I could do that, so I could put the videos in and then I could do automatic and turn it into a switcher itself. So I did a quick search on how to switch cameras, and I came across this video right here, how to create clips in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now look at this in this video here, and as you can see, it's not showing you the whole video, it's showing you a segment of the video. This segment of the video is going to tell you exactly what you searched for in this video. How cool is that? So now your video could get searched on a chapter marker more than on the main topic itself. Even this video, I'm going to have one that says hashtags, I'm going to have one that says the link backs, and then one that says chapter markers. And with that, that's how YouTube will catalog my video, more than just the name of the video, more than just those hashtags, but also with the chapter markers. So it's very important that you set those chapter markers to say something that somebody would search for. So in this case, this is a great video on multi-camera editing. It's been around for a couple of years now. More to the point, it's going to show me from the 1 minute 21 second mark. So if I click on here, what's going to happen? Well, it's going to go right into YouTube. And I'm going to pause that so, you get the idea. But the whole idea is, there it is, right at that 137 mark, telling me exactly what I wanted to know. How does the chapter marks work? Well, let's get back here. What we're going to do is we're going to create the chapter marks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right underneath my main description. And you got to start with the 00 mark. When you go 00, that's the start, that's the intro. So we'll go 0000 intro. That's telling them, hey, we're starting the chapter marks. And every video has to do that. If you skip that, then you'll still have the links in your video description. It just will not create the chapters so people can see it when they search for something. Now we have to watch the video a little bit and see what's going on. So if I watch my video, some people can skip the intro. We'll start at the 202 mark, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say at 202, and we'll go right here, at 202, wise, pan, tilt, camera. It is very important, and I'm going to stress this again, it is very important that you do not use acronyms, you do not shorten the words, you use the full words. So in video, we say, instead of saying pan tilt, we'll say a PT camera. I will not say PT camera. I might say a pan tilt camera and then do in parentheses PT, like that. But you want to use the full description. Why? Because that is what they're searching on. The wise pan tilt camera. Okay, that'll take you to that point. The next part, connecting wise the PT camera into, and I don't say the PT camera, I say the pan tilt camera into Wirecast in this case. So let's go back and see that. I'm going to go to my video here, and where'd the video go? There we are. And we'll go about 3:15. So at 3:15, I start talking about Wirecast. Connect wise camera to Wirecast. And then we'll go down the line here. All right, right here is let's say 525. We'll go back a couple seconds. Enable, because we have to do this, enable wise RTSP. And then we'll keep going. I could keep going here, but you get the idea. We'll go about 8 minutes. We'll say outro. And I'm going to clean this up when I do this offline. But as you can see, there we have our intro, we have our chapter markers set up, and now I can save this. So now if I go to the YouTube channel, we'll close that out. It's going to bring out the channel. We'll pause it so it doesn't start playing it. We'll go down here, and we'll see, okay, we'll see our hashtags right here. We'll see the links to Telestream and Wise. We're going to hit show more, and there's our chapter markers. Now, the other cool thing about that is in the video, if you come down, this is on the desktop version. I believe you can also do it on a mobile version. Definitely see lines in your bar here. And as you can see, there's little breaks. And in those breaks, that tells you, like right now where I am, it says connect Wise camera to Wirecast. But if I move over here, it says Wise pan tilt camera, PT. Now we have chapter markers, not only in the description down here, but if we go back up, you can actually do the chapter markers from here to here. So this part's the intro, this part's the pan tilt camera. And in all reality, you could simply say intro, main content, add outro, or something like that. Depending on how you set up your videos. But with this, you now have a way for people to search on your videos in more than one way. How do I put a nail in wood? How do I live without you? How do I turn on lights? How do I, if there's a chapter marker to it, it becomes a searchable item. And therefore, you could actually find yourself, if somebody's doing a quick search on you, you could find yourself right here and that specific area. And then all of a sudden, people are watching your videos. And that's what we want to do, is we want people to watch our videos, right? We want to grow our channels and have people watch. Things go viral that way. YouTube, bottom line is YouTube has realized that if you make an hour-long piece of content, many people will not watch an hour-long piece of content. In fact, they might even get annoyed in the first couple minutes. And I've seen it myself, where I'm talking about, hey, subscribe here, do this, do that. Some people don't care about that part. All they care about is knowing the part of the content that they came for. So if they have to wait for it, it doesn't happen. And in fact, I've had some comments at times, because they've had this ability to link to the specific time frame for a few years now, but not the chapter markers. And I've had people in comments say, this guy gets to the content at 3 minutes, 12 seconds. Now with the chapter markers, they know where the part is that shows them how to put a nail into wood. There's a part on how I live without you. There's a part on how to light the lights. The whole idea is that there is a way to do it. And it's very searchable now, so people can come to your content more. And you'll see in your analytics how they do that. And we could talk about that more later. But the whole idea is these are the three things you need to start focusing on. And more important, if you have older videos that still produce really well, it is a great idea to go back in those descriptions and put in hashtags, put in links, and put in chapter markers. Because those three things might take your video from here, all the way to here, all the way to here. You can't see where that is, so you don't even know where my hand is. So anyway, that is chapter markers. What do you guys think the hashtag of the links? Are you gonna do it? Let me know. You can tweet me over at Geekazine, geekazine@gmail.com, all that other good stuff. And if you have any questions on how I produce my shows, comment below and ask your questions there. That would be great. Of course, like the video and let people know. You can go up on Reddit and share this video. You can go up on Facebook and share this video. And that's what that share button is for. So I'd appreciate that much. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope I have introduced you to a new idea to grow your channel, even with the old videos and the new videos. So thanks again for watching. You guys geek out. We'll see you next time on Geekazine. Take care.